Okay, good. Yeah, we're good to go. So now let's talk about real estate in 2021 without actually owning any property. So what exactly is real estate? And like that's one thing a lot of people don't know. They've just heard real estate, real estate, real estate. Oh, invest in real estate. They always think it's just about land. It's about buying houses and the likes. However, it's actually a whole lot more than that. So I'm going to be talking about the concept of real estate tonight, what real estate marketing is. I'll share my story with real estate marketing. What is real estate arbitrage? Actually, I'm going to be focusing a whole lot more on this real estate arbitrage because that's the one I've like done really well and I've been able to make good decent money from. And then I'm going to be talking about the traditional way of doing real estate, the one I guess everyone should know about, and then the easy way, which is the way I'm using right now. I tagged it the easy way because it's not as hard, it doesn't require as much capital as the normal one. So that's why I tagged it the easy way. And then I'm going to be talking about what you should actually do to get started right away in real estate marketing. So let's get down to it right away. Who am I? My name is Adewi Tamlore, and actually most people actually know me as an affiliate marketer. That's what I actually am, and I actually run different things. I run a tie and dye clothing brand, and I do a number of things online, e-commerce, but I'm actually much more focused on affiliate marketing, and I guess most people actually know me as an affiliate marketer. I'm a student of the University of Ibadan, and I've been trying out a number of businesses online, doing 1, 2, 3 things and putting things together, and things have been working quite well for me. So in case you've not seen my face before, I guess you can see me via the camera, and then you can also see my picture here. So that is me, Tamilore Adewi. That is simply my name. A lot of people are saying they can't join in. Like a lot of people are trying to connect. I don't know why it's not connecting, but let's move on. We'll share the link to the video later on. So let us get to understand the whole concept of real estate. You know, real estate is actually something that everyone should have heard about. Whether you like it or not, you have shelter over your head, or at least you're trying to get shelter over your head. And one of the major problems in the world at the moment is the inability of the country or the economy anywhere in the world to actually like cater for proper housing, or like to give their citizens proper housing. So which makes real estate so much of a big deal and something that would actually keep working over and over again, because you can't literally satisfy the housing needs of people. And that is why there's actually a lot of money to be made from the old real estate business. However, real estate is actually very, very huge, like massively huge, and it has many parts. And when I say it has many parts, that means you can't say you want to go into real estate and say this is the only way into real estate. There are so many ways to get into real estate, and there are so many ways to actually doing real estate beyond what you've heard, beyond what you know, and beyond what maybe everybody knows. So as much as possible, you want to ensure that you understand the concept of real estate. And real estate simply implies one trying to meet the shelter needs of either himself personally or of other people. And in trying to meet the shelter needs of people, that is housing, in trying to meet the housing or accommodation needs of people, there is actually an opportunity to make money there. Whether you're trying to do it for yourself or you're trying to do it for commercial purpose, there's actually a lot of money there. And from there, you now want to look at it that how can you actually get started with real estate yourself and profit from it in 2021 and beyond. Because I believe everyone here is like going to invest long term in things. And yeah, so let's look at the types of real estate we actually have. And the first one is residential real estate, which basically includes both new construction and resale homes. That is, you're trying to build your house, someone is trying to buy your house. That is residential, just as the name implies. Like, you want to reside in that kind of real estate. So when you're venturing into this kind of real estate, your goal is to live there. So this is what happens when you build a house for yourself, you buy a house for yourself. But that's not what we're going to be talking about there, because that's not our mission here. And then we have commercial real estate, which is like rental real estate, the one whereby someone has built his or her house, and then people are renting his or her apartment from him, and then the person earns rental on his or her property. And then we're going to actually be focusing a bit more on commercial real estate. And then there's industrial real estate, which involves people buying land around industries, or actually building industrial properties, just like the one McDonald's does. So McDonald's actually lists out every property that people want to use for their business, and from there they collect rent every year, and then they make money. But then that's a bit commercial, but I'm going to still target under residential. And then we also have this industrial real estate under all of these industrial factories and companies around. And then we have the vacant land. I guess that's like one of also the most popular ones, especially in a country like Nigeria, whereby people buy vacant or barren land, and then they actually maybe now decide to make it residential, or they keep flipping the vacant land. Like, people buy vacant land to resell a vacant land like that and make profits on it. So let's talk a bit about this vacant land, and let me share some stories around some of these things that I've been able to do around this thing. So in 2019, when I just started business late 2018, and got so good I got started with making money quite fast. So there was this property I saw somewhere in Ibadan, and this property around that time, late 2018, was actually selling for as low as 200,000 naira per acre. Like, it was selling at 200,000 naira per acre at that time. And one guy in my school reached out to me because he knew I was making money. I was like, okay, why not try to invest in real estate, buy this property? And then he took me there. So because he was trying to work as an affiliate with a real estate company, he was trying to sell to me. So he hiked the price of the property a bit, and then he called it 400,000 naira per acre at that point. And I was like, okay, man, this thing is too expensive. I heard they sell this thing at 200,000 or 250,000 naira per acre. So I decided not to buy. However, I told a boss of mine to actually buy the property, and then he bought at 450,000 naira. Okay, people are getting thrown out, so let me check again. Sorry. Man. Sorry, please. Just okay. So let's get back to it. So people were like, he bought the property at 450,000 naira, and then people joined in. A number of people actually bought. And one funny thing that now happened was, a year later, which was 2020, I told you he bought this property 2019 at 450,000. So a year later, which was 2020, last year, I had made more money, and then I was actually interested in that place because I heard that the train station in Ibadan would actually be built close to that place. And I was like, okay, how can I actually tap into this thing? And at that point, 1 acre was already selling at about 1.5 million. Imagine something that was selling for less than 500,000 naira, and in less than a year, it was already selling at over 1.5 million. So that's like times 3 of the money. So I got in, and then I was like, okay, this thing actually makes sense, and got in with it. However, at the beginning of this year, I saw another deal at that same zone. This one was a bit closer to the train station. I was like, okay, let me actually try to buy this property. And this property was already selling for over 2.5 million naira. Within less than 2 years, the value of that property has actually gone times 5. So imagine that someone actually like invested in such a property and then sold at that point. So I actually still bought in at that price of 2.5 million. That was earlier this year. And imagine that earlier this month, in fact, that was late last month. In fact, that was what actually prompted me to say I was going to do this webinar besides the arbitrage part. They were already offering me about 3.5 million to actually buy that plot of land, that acre of land. I was like, okay, wow. That means if I had actually bought in that first time, which was early 2019, I would have actually gotten like times 7 of the money I put in. And I might not even necessarily sell every part of it. So this kind of real estate investing actually works, whereby you buy property, you sell at a higher price, or you look for properties in a good location. And what do I mean by a good location? Like a location that has prospects, where people are looking at. For example, this example I gave, it's close to the new train station they are building. So obviously, it's going to help ease the accommodation demands in Lagos, because a number of people will start moving down to Ibadan or Abeokuta because they know they can commute to Lagos in less than 2 hours, work in Lagos and live in Ibadan. So that kind of a thing. However, most people cannot actually do this kind of real estate investing because they don't have money. So it's not a bad thing not to have money, although it's good to have money, but then you not having money is not a big deal. So, and that is where this idea of actually going into the one I'm going to be focusing and talking about next happens. And that is where we have real estate marketing. So early 2019 as well, after I started business, I got into marketing and I've been doing a number of things. And I got this deal with a particular real estate company. The owner is actually in the UK, but he has a company in Nigeria, and he was trying to market houses to students around University of Ibadan, Bodija side. So he was trying to rent out the property at about 350,000 naira, and then you get 10% commission for bringing people to rent such a property. And I could not afford to actually maybe rent the house for myself because I already had accommodation in school one, and maybe my house is not so far away from school. So I started finding people to get in on this property, and I got about 4 people to actually buy that property or to rent into that property after my marketing. And then at the end of the day, I was able to make like well over 100,000 naira. I think maybe like 140,000 naira. But let's say after removing the running cost, because I ran adverts, I did a bit of promotion. Maybe for example, I offered extra service of helping these people pack their load to their new houses. So let's say it cost me about 40,000 naira roughly to get these people, give them a good offer. But at the end of the day, I was able to like pocket 100,000 naira profit. So if you're looking to get into real estate, you might want to look around your environment or look around your city. Look at the place where there's actually like housing demand or where people are building new houses. Simply put up deals, like walk up to the owner of this apartment, the caretakers, and strike a deal with them. Strike a simple deal with them. Tell them, okay, how about I get people to rent this your property, and then you maybe take 10%. The only thing the owner of the property actually wants is people renting his or her property and him making money. They don't know how to market it. So you might want to look at ways to market it by marketing it maybe via Instagram. You target that particular location, or marketing it via Facebook, marketing it using your WhatsApp, or even the normal regular flyer ads, depending on the location, the cost of the property, and the timing. So you can market real estate that way and make a little cut. In fact, there's this particular guy on my WhatsApp. He has been following me. I don't know if he's here. His name is Tobio. So this guy started following me in 2018. So I think I talked about this real estate thing to him, and then he got a deal with a real estate company and they were going to be paying him 10% on every property sale. So this guy started posting on his WhatsApp, and I actually saw how consistent he was. He would send me tips, he would send me content as regards or revolving around real estate. And then suddenly one day he shared one content that actually like drew my attention so much that I actually bought into the property, and then it actually like made huge sense to me. Like, so this guy would have made 10% off this property. So imagine you're also doing something like that. You just need to actually get consistent with it and you can get to make money off such properties. So you can do it for land, you can do it for rentals, you can do it for literally anything. House, rental, even land. So you can do it and then market this real estate using social media platforms, bring them to your WhatsApp or to your Instagram, your Facebook, put a call through to them, take them for inspection, and then earn your own commission on those properties. But that's really not something I'm an expert at. I've done it, I've been able to make little money from it, but then I know it works really well and you can try it out if you're looking for an income opportunity and you actually don't have any money or you don't own any property. So that's one of the things. So another thing you want to also look at when we're talking about real estate is called rental arbitrage. And at this point, I want you to actually pay good attention, because I actually learned about real estate arbitrage sometimes last year. I think I went to Aba or so I was like trying to get somewhere to stay. I can't remember the details, or I think it was in Owerri, yeah. So I saw that people were actually doing or making money doing rental arbitrage, and I was like, okay, how can I also tap into this? But then because of the noise and marketing stress, I got carried away and I actually lost focus. So I stopped paying attention to it. However, late last year I was in Dubai and then I saw this thing happen again. I saw this old real estate thing booming, people renting properties that they don't actually own out and making money from it. I was like, okay, how can I get involved? But then I got back to Nigeria again and I actually totally forgot about it till February when I was in Kenya. So when I was in Kenya, I actually lodged in an apartment which was like a rental apartment, and I had a conversation with the guy who was renting out the apartment, and that was actually now what got me very much into this real estate rental arbitrage business. So this guy would simply rent a particular house at, let's say this house was being put up a year for, let's say in Naira, let me use Naira as example because I have like more Nigerian audience. So let's say he was renting the house or getting the deal for about 2 million Naira a year. So this guy would basically go and list this house, take very good pictures of this house, list it on a platform like Airbnb. So once he lists it on a platform like Airbnb, he puts it up at maybe, let's say, $50 per night. So let's do $50 per night times, let's say he gets accommodation, or he gets people that books the place, because a lot of people actually book properties using Airbnb. Let's say he gets people for 200 nights, which is about half of the year. That means you would have made $10,000. Now convert $10,000 into Naira. A dollar is about 500 Naira as of today. That means at the end of the year, this guy would have made about 5 million. However, he must have also like put in more money beyond the rental, furnished the house, put internet, and all of those basic things. However, at the end of the year, this guy is actually making close to about 2 million Naira in profit from a property that he actually doesn't own. So when he told me about it and I actually like learned properly about it, and I looked at the place where this guy actually rented. It was a block of flats that actually had over 30 buildings or 30 short-let apartments. Like it had a room, just one room, and a sitting room and a kitchen. And there were like 30 of those apartments there, and most of these apartments were actually used for this rental arbitrage business. And I was like, wow, that means there must actually be money in this thing. Why can't I also tap into it? So I started making my findings, and I had to come back to Nigeria, of course. And immediately I got back to Nigeria, I had to go to Port Harcourt. So I also used Airbnb in Port Harcourt. And then I saw another different dimension to this same real estate arbitrage business. And how was this guy able to do his own? What this guy simply did was, he went to a guest house. Then he asked them, okay, how much is your room per night? So they told him their room per night is maybe 10,000 naira. So he simply went on to a platform like Airbnb, Booking.com and the likes. And then he put up his apartment at about, maybe, I think it was 20,000 per night. I can't remember precisely. I think so, he put it up for about 20,000 per night. So what he would do is, when he sees or gets a booking, he would quickly go and book at that place and then pay them. So when he gets paid 20,000 naira, he will pay those people 10,000 naira. That means he makes a profit of 10,000 naira. Imagine that in a year he gets just 100 bookings. Do the maths. 10,000 naira times 100 bookings. 10,000 naira times 100 bookings in a year. That's 1 million naira. That's about $2,000 in a year. If you're making that as extra income without you necessarily like putting in any superb extra effort, that's actually not bad money. So I came back and I was like, oh, more, I have to actually do this thing. And what's this whole rental arbitrage thing about? It's simply about renting a property and listing it on short-term rental, like platforms like Airbnb, platforms like Booking.com, Expedia, and the likes. So you list these properties there, and you can just add a little profit margin and make your money from there. And the fantastic thing about rental arbitrage is that almost anyone can actually invest in it. It's just simply you going to that guest house in your area or to that apartment in your city where you think draws a lot of attention, a good hotel, a place that they offer good service. Strike a deal with them, add your own margin, take fantastic pictures, put it up on these platforms, and you're going to be making good money. And what's actually like the benefit of this whole rental arbitrage business? It actually requires low startup capital. That is, maybe the money you'll be needing, if you're going to be needing any at all, is money for, let's say, if you're renting a property like that guy I told you about in Kenya, maybe money for internet, or maybe money for rent. But even if you're going the hotel way, just like I explained, or the guest house way, you might not spend any money at all. Maybe except you want to offer your people complimentary service. Maybe you can pick them up from the airport and those cheap things. So it requires low startup capital. You actually don't need to purchase any property at all. None at all. And then it is flexible to do. It is very flexible to do. And when I say it is flexible to do, I mean you can be in Nigeria and be running this kind of a business in Dubai. So I think it was last month. So I was in Dubai last month, and then this thing happened again. So I started booking on this rental arbitrage platforms like Booking.com, Airbnb, and the likes. And the apartment I booked happened to be that the guy who actually owns that apartment was in Russia, and then he had the property in Dubai, and he was making money from it. So I learned that I was renting that property at 2,000 dirhams per night. 2,000 dirhams per month. That was the cost of renting the property. And this guy was charging us about 350 dirhams per night for staying there. So imagine that this guy actually gets people to stay in his property for just 10 days a month. He would have made 3,500. So he pays his rent of 2,000 a month, and he has 1,500 left. Let's say he pays for internet, he pays for cleaning and the likes. He will still have a profit margin of about 1,000 dirhams. And 1,000 dirhams is like 135,000 naira. Imagine that you do this thing, 135,000 naira times 12 months. Imagine that you have this kind of thing. That's about 1.6 million. That's running into $3,000 plus. And this guy does not own the property. So, and then another thing about this real estate rental arbitrage is actually helps you build up capital for other investments. In fact, most of the money I've actually like put into crypto recently, and money I've been able to make from this business. So I put the money into crypto and then it makes me more money. So without me necessarily maybe risking my normal income, I am able to make money from this kind of side hustle and then get capital for other investments. And the thing I will always want to say, despite the way this thing sounds sweet, looks like it's making sense, one thing about it is actually not a get rich quick scheme. As I always like to say, you can get in today and not figure it out very fast. Maybe you're trying to get the best of properties, good location and the likes. So those kind of things might actually not let you get like the result very fast. However, you just want to know that this thing actually pays off and you want to give it all your attention because it actually works. So I know a lot of people have been asking me and saying, like since I put up the banner about the how to make money from real estate without owning any property, that is this thing going to cost me money? And one thing I'm going to say about real estate investing or real estate business is that sometimes it always requires money. However, it does not necessarily have to require your own money. It can require other people's money. And that is what I call OPM in marketing. Other people's money. OPM. What you do with OPM is you simply build trust with people and then you found a proven system that works. You run like a joint venture with those people and then you split profits with them. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying there. So let's say this house in Dubai or this apartment in Dubai costs 2,000 dirhams a month. Or let's say 3,000 dirhams a month. 3,000 dirhams about, let's say 400,000 a month in Naira. You just can simply say, okay, Tamlore, what's up? I got this deal or I saw this apartment that I want to rent. How about we strike a deal? You pay the rent and then I will do the management. And at the end of the month, we'll split our profits 50-50. Good business. So you can run that kind of a business by partnering with maybe family members, friends, relatives, and even people that you've just been able to build trust with. And it works like fantastically well. So, and I would like to quickly point this out that if you actually want to get into real estate, arbitrage or investment kind of thing, you should actually be sincere with yourself and come out straight to yourself and ask yourself these three questions. How much do I currently have? You answering this question would help you know which category of real estate investing you can get into. So let's say how much you currently have. Let's say you have 10 million naira. Then you can know you can get into land flipping. Buy a land at 2 million and then when it rises to like 2.5 million, after a year you sell. You go and buy a cheaper one, you sell again if you have higher capital. Or let's say all you have on you is just maybe $1,000. You can simply rent an apartment somewhere in Ibadan, a very fine apartment, list it on Airbnb. Just do it. I think an apartment here costs maybe like 300,000, 350,000 a year. Put good furniture, take very good pictures, list it on these platforms, and you're good to go. So your capital, or when you ask yourself how much you currently have, would help you determine how well you can go. And then if you don't have any money, you want to know that you want to go with the other people's money business model. However, before we go into the other people's money business model, let me share another thing that I tried to do in 2019. Although it wasn't a total success, but it worked a bit. So, as I said earlier, I'm actually a student, and most people know that. So, I'm a student of UI, and one thing that happens at the beginning of every session is that most students are always looking for accommodation around the school. So, I drew up this plan and strategy and said, okay, how about I look for a vacant house or one house that they just completely built. So let's say, actually the house I saw at that point had 10 rooms. This house had 10 rooms, and then the owner of the property was renting it out at 110,000 naira per year, which is quite fair for a student apartment. In fact, it's cheap because I've seen people rent apartment of 200,000, 250,000 students, because it is difficult to find. So I thought of it, okay, how about I rent all of the 10 apartments? If I rent these 10 apartments, it's going to cost me a total of 1.1 million naira. Then I'm going to install Wi-Fi in this house, run unlimited internet for them, and then I'm going to also install 24 hours. I'm going to install inverter and solar system in the house. Maybe everything I was going to spend there was going to cost me about 2.5 million. So then I was going to list the house, or like start pitching it to students at 250,000 naira a year, and then tell them guaranteed 24 hours power supply alongside full internet access all through your stay in this apartment, running water, and then you're also going to get cleaning every weekend. Like a cleaner will come in every weekend to clean your apartment. Like it was more like a luxury apartment at 250,000 naira a year. So which was going to make me a total of 2.5 million back. So if I was investing a total of 2.5 million and then I make 2.5 million the first year, that means I will break even at the end of the first year. That means my profits will start coming in the second year, where I rent it out again to maybe same set of people or new set of people and charge them 250,000 naira. Then I pay the landlord 1.1 million. I won't need to be installing Wi-Fi again. I won't need to be installing inverter again. So my profit can be running into 1 million into the second year. However, the landlord was not willing to like let go of all the rooms. So that's a business idea I shared there. You can do something like that. Make your kind of apartment that you're looking to pitch or to sell different from the regular kind of apartments. People will pay for it. People will definitely pay for it. And when they pay for it, because of the kind of value you're giving, people will pay premium for convenience. People want to have 24 hours power supply. People want to have internet, unlimited access to internet all year round. So people will pay for it. And you're going to make your money. They are also going to make their own, they're also going to get their own value, and the landlord will also make its own money, and everyone is happy. So that is another thing you want to see. And then while getting into this real estate or rental arbitrage thing, you also want to ask yourself, how much do I currently earn? Am I doing this thing to make money immediately, or I'm doing this thing to invest? So let's say you want to make money immediately, then you want to go for the marketing part of it, whereby maybe you pitch houses, or you pitch land, or you pitch rental properties and earn a commission on it, which is a bit similar to what I do, which is affiliate marketing. And then that would give you what we call like instant cash flow. You'll be able to make your own money, they will be able to make their own money, and everyone will be happy. But if, let's say you have a job or you have a business that generates $1,000, $2,000 a month, then you might not want to go for that model. You want to go for maybe the land flipping, you want to go for the rental arbitrage model and the likes. And then another thing you want to ask yourself is, how much do I currently spend? Because some people actually make money, but the money they are spending is much more than what they are making. So if the money you are making is less than the money you are spending, then you know that you can't go for, let's say, the land flipping, the house flipping model. You want to go for the rental arbitrage, you want to go for the real estate marketing model, and you're good to go. So this is how hosting and arbitrage co-hosting works. You can see, if you're like the one hosting the apartment yourself, you can be making like $100 profit on that kind of apartment. If you're like the arbitrage guy or the person in between, you can make like $50 profit. And if you are co-hosting simply means, just like what I said earlier, that okay, I pay for the rent, you manage it, we are sharing the hosting. At the end of the day, we split the profit. So your own profit will be like a bit reduced. So what is the traditional way of actually investing in real estate. That's the popular one everyone knows, which is like build a house and rent it out. Let's say you want to build a house in Nigeria of today. I'm saying Nigeria. I know I have other people on this call that are not from Nigeria, but then I'm saying Nigeria because I know most people are from Nigeria. So let's say you want to build a house, a good house, no decent house in this country, as let's say in Oyo State, Ibadan, where I stay, would cost you less than 10 million a year. Or 10 million naira to complete if you want it to be very good. So if you're spending 10 million naira on this house, the maximum that house will generate for you would actually be maybe maximum, let's say it's very good, this house will generate 1 million for you a year. That means it will take you a total of 10 years to at least even break even, which is this part of leasing the house for rent. So another set of people actually now like lease their house for rent. So let's say you've built your house. I can lease your house for like 10 years. And then I will pay you up front for the 10 years. And the house is like literally mine. This model works better abroad though, whereby I can lease the house for long. And then I pay up front or I pay in bits. And then, but one thing around this leasing is still similar to the build a house for rent because it has high cost of entry. Also, another one is like building an hotel, whereby you can say you want to build an hotel of 100 rooms. You know how much it's going to cost to build an hotel of 100 rooms? Huge money. So instead of going all of this way, as someone that is just starting out or looking to invest in real estate, you want to go a bit lower, which is what I call the easy way. And that is my goal, to actually help you get started with almost zero capital. Help you start making money fast. And also help you make at least maybe 500 euros a month doing this. Like all of these things I've shared can actually make you up to like 200, 300,000 a month if you are doing it consistently. Partner with an hotel, get an apartment, furnish it, list it on these platforms. You don't need to advertise. People go there to look for apartments. And if you want to make it worse for yourself, advertise with maybe $10 a day. You get floods and floods of people making inquiry to stay in your apartment, and you're going to be making lots of money. Do you want the easy way to actually like start earning from real estate? Let me show you one of the things I've been able to do. And the cheat, all you actually just need to get started is like an email address, which is required to open Airbnb. So go to your phone right away. Go to your phone. Go to App Store if you're using iPhone. Go to App Play Store if you're using Android. Download the Airbnb app. Download the Booking.com app. Now, do it now. You don't need to purchase or lease any property, and you can make money from anywhere. So look at this apartment. I listed this apartment on Airbnb in March. You know, I told you I was in Kenya in February. So immediately I got back from Kenya, I got in on this apartment. This apartment costs about, let's say 300 euros a month. 300 euros a month. And I got in March straight up. Okay, of course, I have a friend in Germany and we're able to like come up with this together. It came with the bed. It came with a number of these things there. Like they rented out the apartment with all of these things. And we took very great pictures. Very great pictures of the apartment. This is how the pictures are looking like on Airbnb. So we listed this apartment, and then after putting this apartment up, you can see the bedroom. It's showing that it has a kitchen. And then what is the description saying? It says private room close to Stadtmitte, Bahnhof and Uni, which means like it is a private room that is close to the stadium, to the train station and to the university, which means it is at a central location. Actually, the apartment is at Kaiserslautern, Rhineland-Pfalz, Germany. So, and I put it up. First day of listing it, the next day I got a booking. I think it was listed on the 4th or 5th of March. And at the end of March, see, it had already generated 746 euros. Let's do a bit of maths. As at today, an euro sells for for 600 naira. 600 times 746. That's about 447,600. And these apartments cost just about 300 euros a month. Do the math. So I was able to do that, and then boom, I was away in April, so it wasn't done in April at all. Look at March, you see that April is actually like vacant because there was like an issue at that point. I was still trying to test it out, figure it out, but I wasn't able to do it at all in April. But look at March, May, and June. May and June, I actually spent most of my time in Dubai at this point. And imagine that this property has been able to generate 1,694 euros for me. Do the maths. So let's say I paid a rent or an internet of everything, 900 euros. 900 euros minus 1,694. That means I've been able to make a profit of about 731 euros. 731 euros times 600 naira. That's about 438,000. And that is not all. This property was actually fully booked all through the month. But this part of the top where you're not seeing was actually booked on booking.com. This is Airbnb dashboard. So it was booked on booking.com. And that is why you're seeing it this way. And you can see this is just July. So, of course, I did this screenshot, I think, June ending. So, June, May, March, 100%. I'm not saying you make 10 million naira, you make 100 million, but this is an opportunity for you to invest in. And after I've been able to do this, I've learned from a number of people. I've been learning it from people. I've seen people do it in Lagos. In fact, I've now started renting apartments like this to see how it works really well. Seen people do it in Lagos, people do it in Port Harcourt, Dubai, Ghana, Kenya, and the likes, and Germany, and the places that I've been able to like explore. And this thing works literally in all of these places perfectly well, profitable for these people. So you want to look into it. And after, when I actually put up this flyer, I actually did not have the mindset of maybe pitching anything or trying to sell anything at the end. But as I put it up, one of the persons that has actually like assisted me in getting this whole process of Airbnb done and getting it up and running fantastically well, actually like messaged me that, oh, she can actually help some of the people that want to set up. She's actually in Germany. So she said she can help some of the people that want to set up. So in case you are interested, maybe I'll send out an email and then I would share her contact. I think she's going to charge you 100 euros for consultation and put you through all you need to actually get started with Airbnb and this whole rental arbitrage business. So I guess I've been able to like put you through something that can generate good income for you this year, and I hope you actually put it to use. This is 8:53 and this meeting ends in 7 minutes. So let me take some questions. So okay, go on. Okay. They don't like it's not your own. Is you've listed it, you've put the room, you just say, okay, let's say the hotel is at Ikeja, you just say private room at Ikeja. So it is when they get there, what matters is that they want to sleep there and get quality service. It is not really about the kind of apartment. Once they are able to get good service and quality service, they don't really care. I don't think they care, because I've done this. I've been taken to an hotel. I've seen people that have been taken to an hotel and there was no big deal at all from it, as long as the service is top notch. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, I'm listening to you, Samuel. One person at a time, please. I can't hear you clearly. Who is talking, please? I can't hear you clearly. Airbnb, no, you will put in your PayPal on Airbnb and they pay you via PayPal. Yeah, good evening. I didn't get that, please. Okay. No, you would have told the guest house. You would have told the guest house that this is what you're doing with it. That's why you must first go and talk to them. Like, you won't just go and rent the room. You will talk to them that, okay, this is what I'm doing with it. They always understand their own, the business of the guest house or the hotel is they just want people to always stay in their property. That's what matters to them. Of course, you might experience other challenges, but that's why I'm saying you could speak with someone that has been able to help me with the challenges I've like faced at the end. Yeah. Any other question, please? Okay, I'm listening. Yes, it works in Nigeria. It's I used to think the same way too, but it works really well. Yeah, Balogun, there'll be a replay, don't worry. Yeah, sure, please ask. Please, one person at a time. Actually, it's in Germany. But I know someone that is actually running it in Nigeria as well. So I've seen it work in Nigeria, and I'm going to also start my own Nigeria on. You're welcome. It is tech now. It's literally impossible that it happens at the same time. So what happens is, let's say someone books your apartment on Airbnb. What you're going to do is you go and remove it on a platform like booking.com. That's one of the things I've been able to learn from the person putting me through. Please, if you are not speaking, please mute yourself, please. Okay. 100 euros. She said she charges 100 euros, and it's just going to be like an hour, 2 hour session whereby she actually puts you through, helps you set up everything you need, whether on the Airbnb app, on the booking.com app, and she can like literally help you get started really well. She has been very, very helpful to me. Yes, she's Nigerian. Okay, please ask. You don't necessarily have to be there, but I think you should research into the country and most likely have someone there so that it can work properly. Because, like, I don't think it will work if you don't have at least someone there, and if maybe even if you've been there, still have someone there. It's going to help a lot. Yeah. So I guess the meeting is actually going to go off like very fast now. Sir, when running, I didn't get that message. Okay. When running one in another country from Nigeria, how do you get paid through PayPal? You get paid through PayPal anywhere you are in the world. And that's another thing that that lady I'm talking about can actually help you with. Even if you are in Nigeria and PayPal is maybe not working for you, she can help you with the payments as well. She has been very helpful to me. So, yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you clearly. Mm, Facebook might be good, and one reason why we always say Facebook is because Facebook has a very large user base, one, and also Facebook has always been known for all of this advert thing. However, Instagram works very fine. In fact, recently, since I started this my real estate investing and researching journey, I've been seeing lots of adverts of it on Instagram and also on WhatsApp. So it's not only Facebook. Okay. Let me check that. Thank you for pointing out. So let me go up. Okay. Okay. I'm coming. Okay. Do one need to disclose the intent of using the house for business to the homeowner? If you are renting the house, you might not necessarily disclose, especially if the owner of the house is not living there. And can you give an example of the one you did that made you money in Nigeria? I already talked about it in the webinar, and also the guy where I stayed in this place in Port Harcourt, I'm in contact with him. I can also like link you up. So there are like lots and lots of examples. Just go to Airbnb and search your area. You will see listings on it there. Or your city, you see listings on it there. So, and it works really well. I'm very, very sure about it. When you put an apartment in Kenya up for sale and you're in Nigeria, how do you get paid and secure it? Payment methods are numerous. I just always advise, have someone in that country, then you can use PayPal, use crypto. Money will get to you. You know, if you've made the money, you find a way to make the money get to you. Do I need to tell the landlord I would sublet the apartment? It depends. If the landlord lives in the house, you should tell the landlord. If the landlord does not live there, you don't need to. Will there be a replay? Yes, I'm recording it. There will be a replay. Okay, we've asked this. Airbnb and Booking.com works in Nigeria, yes. Okay, Airbnb and Booking.com can actually be synced. So when running one in another country from Nigeria, how do you get paid? I've answered that like 3 times already. How were you able to resolve PayPal not in Nigeria? I travel quite well, so like that's not so much of a problem for me, one. And also, there are ways people actually use PayPal from Nigeria, so that one is also not so much of a big deal. But if you want to use like a very good PayPal, you can get on the consultation. She would help you with the PayPal part. How does one get started? I already recorded the webinar. I would share it. What else? So yeah, I think that should be all. No, they use other payment methods apart from PayPal, but most times PayPal is just the best. So just use PayPal. The one I did in Germany, how do I get the apartment? There is like a website where they list apartments that are up for rent in Germany. So you can check the place, and then if you have someone there, that's why I always say have someone there. You send the person to check, the person pays for it and everything. So the person offering the consultation would like literally put you through all of that. She doesn't even like stay in Nigeria. She also like shuffles Nigeria, Germany, and the like. So she's going to be of great help to you. So any more question? No, PayPal would not pay into your accounts. PayPal would pay into your PayPal, then you can now transfer it any way you want into Nigeria, because PayPal is not used in Nigeria. Don't worry, I'll share a number via email, or rather, so that everyone won't flood our DM. I would maybe write an email around it, create a landing page, and then if you are interested, I'll find a way to sync it and send it via email and put it up on my WhatsApp or Twitter. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was worthwhile. I hope you learned a whole lot. Michael said you can't believe this is free. That's why we are here now. That's why we are here. So I hope you were actually impacted. I hope you enjoyed every moment from this teaching. So I would put up the recorded video. You can also like share it with your friends. Let them also learn about it. Like the money out there is a whole lot. Everyone can make from it. So there's no point hiding any money making method or anything. So once something works, you can like put it up there and let people also learn from it. So I hope you were able to learn a lot. So you're welcome. I'm seeing your thank you. You're welcome. So I will send you an email with her details or how she wants it, and anyhow it's going to be, I will let you know. So do have a lovely night's rest. In case you're on Twitter, you can join our Twitter spaces where we're going to be talking about everything sales and marketing later tonight with my friend Joseph Don and Etomi and also Bruno. So you can join us and also learn about sales and marketing. Have a lovely night's rest, guys. Bye.